Well, apparently the Jurassic movies don't have a total monopoly on dinosaurs anymore, because The End of Oak Street drops prehistoric monsters right into 1980s style suburbia. And these dinos are hungry.
This is absolutely director David Robert Mitchell's love letter to growing up on Steven Spielberg and those classic Amblin movies of the 80s. And that tracks with Mitchell. It Follows felt like his homage to John Carpenter. Under the Silver Lake had Hitchcock and Brian De Palma baked into its DNA. And here he's gone full Amblin with 1982 suburban families, kids, bullies, neighborhood mysteries, dysfunctional parents, and oh yeah, dinosaurs. Unfortunately, this feels less like E.T., Poltergeist, or Gremlins, and more like one of the lesser Amblin efforts like Explorers or Batteries Not Included. There's just something slightly off with the pacing. It's a very slow burn getting started. And then the conclusion comes flying at you so quickly that I wondered if 20 minutes of movie got eaten by a hungry dino in the editing room. The family drama is also straight out of the 1980s screenwriting cookbook. Anne Hathaway plays the unhappy mom who secretly wants to be a writer. The parents are fighting and ready for divorce, but hiding it from the kids. Ewan McGregor's dad has lost his job. Their son is dealing with the neighborhood bully while trying to find his place in the world. If you grew up watching 80s movies, you've eaten this reheated meal before. And there are some decisions involving the son going after his missing dog Starbuck that had people in the audience muttering, "Bad idea, kid, forget the dog." But when Mitchell finally unleashes his feathery dinosaurs, there's some good stuff here. Pterodactyls dive-bombing a gun-toting neighbor on a roof, an albino snake slithering its way through an entire home in search of human food. Then there's a really great Allosaurus chase scene in broad daylight with a character getting his licks in with a sledgehammer, but it doesn't end well for them. The camera movement gets playful and inventive, but please stop showing off camera movements trying to impress Spielberg. Much like Lee Cronin went crazy with his split diopter shots in The Mummy earlier this year, so does Mitchell in a key scene with the family. Enough already. The production value is surprisingly strong and the CGI looked seamless, and several of the dinosaur set pieces are legitimately fun, and sometimes pretty damn grisly, which is refreshing as so few Jurassic World movies have any fear or tension in them anymore. There's almost a little Joe Dante Gremlins mean streak running through the creature mayhem, still just barely holding that PG-13 rating. These aren't majestic Jurassic Park dinosaurs standing in a field while John Williams swells in the background. These suckers want to eat you. And Mitchell gets some mileage out of that. So keep that in mind if you are taking the little ones to watch. Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor are perfectly serviceable, and the kids do what the story needs them to do. And this must be Anne Hathaway's 5th movie this year. She's damn busy. But ultimately, the most interesting character is still the premise itself. It feels like an extended Twilight Zone episode filtered through an Amblin movie backdrop. Unfortunately, that final take-it-all-back reset doesn't completely stick the landing for me. It actually left me wanting to know more about this world rather than simply wrapping everything up.
So I'm going with a light 3 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. Good production values, some inventive filmmaking, some fun scenes, and surprisingly nasty and gory dinosaur action, but also pacing problems, familiar family cliches, and an ending that feels like somebody hit fast forward. It's a decent, if pretty forgettable, way to close out the summer. I don't see the end of Oak Street setting the box office on fire. But turn this premise into a Netflix anthology series with a different bizarre story in this dino world happening on Oak Street every week. Now that I'd watch as a series. Get on it, Bad Robot. Just don't tie it into Cloverfield, please.